Hello everybody, sorry. This is going to be a really quick live because I just want to really briefly go through what this is that I've got, how you can find it, how you can get it, etc. So I'm just going to really quickly, I don't want it to be a massively long stream. I don't really want it to be any longer than about 15-20 minutes max. So if there are any questions throughout the chat, I'm going to answer questions at the end, because if I keep stopping to chat to the side chat, then obviously I'm not going to be able to get through what I need to get through. And obviously if there's anybody who is watching this back, I realise my camera's here. If there's anybody that's watching this back, it's going to be a really sort of like choppy kind of video, so I need to kind of really get that through. So hello to everybody who's joined. Andrew can't be here. Hi Ads, hi Lisa, hi Dave, hi Watcher, hi Richard. Hello, and hello to everybody else who is watching as well. Now, this is something that I have previewed on my Instagram and a little bit on my Facebook group as well, and also in other people's live streams, because I've been working on it. People have been saying, oh, what's that silly glove on your hand and things like that, you know, this silly glove thing here, which is only for 2 fingers, and I'm constantly drawing. People like, what are you drawing, what are you doing? And yeah, so this is what it is that I've been working on. There are other things that I've been working on as well. I did mention in an Instagram live stream the other day that I'm working on a spreadsheet as well, but I'm also working on the other versions of this as well. So this is the first one that I'm releasing. This is a item specific pack, as it were, guide or something like that. Thank you very much, Andrew. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It's not needed, but thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. So thank you, Ads. You've lost, see, you made me lose track already. Okay, so this is this the right way around? Because it's backwards for me. Is this the right way around for you? Could you please let me know? Because otherwise it's going to be a bit weird. It doesn't really matter massively, but I'm sure you can read it. So because of this item specific thing that's been going on, funnily enough, I started this weeks and weeks ago, probably even a few months ago now, but I've just been kind of plodding along doing it. And then this massive change happened with the eBay item specifics, and everything went all over the place. This isn't obviously going to solve it, because I don't think anybody can fix eBay right now. But thank you, Martina and Richard and Watcher. Thank you. So obviously no one can fix eBay. No one can sort that out. But with all the stuff that it's now kind of saying, like, you have to put this in, you have to put that in. There's so many things that it tells you that you have to put, like the style, and you have to put the sleeve length, the sleeve type. I don't think it actually tells you sleeve type, but it's a suggested thing to put in, and all sorts of things like that. And it's just, if you don't do clothing, even myself, you know, that's all I do. I only do clothing, but there are some, right, again, the camera's here, but there are some items that I just don't know what they are. It's just a word that I've never seen that word in my life. I just know that this is a dress, you know. I don't know what these other words are. Anyway, so I've made this to explain what they all mean. You've probably seen online, if you search online, let me try and find an example, and if you type in like eBay dress styles or something like that, you'll probably come up with something like this. And I printed this off just as a reference. Something like this that shows you a chart that goes through all these different sort of dress styles and things like that, which is great. You know, these are brilliant. These do help. But say, for example, you thought, my dress looks very similar to this, but that there tells me that it's a sundress. eBay, and you go into the styles, there's no such thing as a sundress. So what is it? Do you know what I mean? So these, you have to then search for, what is this dress, what is that dress, to be able to really figure out what dress yours is. So these are great. They're a great visual guide, but they're not specific to what eBay tell you to well, get you to choose anyway. So I've made one specific to eBay. Right. Yeah, there's stuff like asking for a model of a dress, the length of a shoe. this isn't going to solve that, I'm afraid, because that's eBay. But when it's getting you to put in this, as I say, this was something I was creating beforehand, before this whole mishap with eBay happened. This was just to help, obviously, any sellers who are trying to sell clothing to be able to kind of understand what in the world's going on. And I forgot what I'm going to say. And yeah, so, but because of this whole new thing with the item specifics, I feel like it's more relevant than ever. So this is what it is. It is 17 pages long. It is a digital download. It is currently a digital download. I will be putting it on Etsy as a physical copy, which can be printed and sent to you if you want it to be done that way. You know, if you don't have the ability to print it off, or you want it to be printed a bit more professionally or whatever. I'm not saying I'm a professional, but I will get it professionally printed for you. So if that's what it would, you know, you'd prefer, then there will be a version of that eventually. It's just something I need to sort of work out costs and how much it's going to cost me to get it printed and sent to you, etc., etc. And it will be properly bound. I have left it unstapled and unbound and whatever, just so I can flip through the pages easier today. So anyway, let's actually move on to what it is. So on the very, very first page is all the dress styles that is on the eBay item specific section, those styles. So this is everything that it says. There were some other ones. I have like several million revisions here from what I did before. I think I've actually printed them out. But there was all the stuff like a Chinese kind of dress and a Vietnamese dress, and also, and even skater dress that has now disappeared, so they don't come under here. I still have them drawn out, I still have them written up, so if ever they come back, it is something that then I can release and say you can add this to your ebook. I can do a separate page that you can then add to the ebook that you can get. So this here is a visual sort of diagram, as it were, similar to this kind of thing that you can find online, but this is specific to eBay. I've done it as like an overview sheet. This will be available for free, this particular page, to everyone who is in my Facebook group. The link to the Facebook group is in my description if you're not already joined. So this will be free for only those people in my Facebook group, no other people. If you're friends with me on Instagram, if you have my number, if you whatever, this is only for people in my Facebook group. I've promised them this, it's exclusive to them. So this will be free for them, and it will go through and explain, and it shows all of the dress styles. So if you want to put it on the wall or something like that as a visual guide, it's absolutely fine. Just to remind people who are in the chat, I'm not reading the chat at the moment because I'm just trying to explain what exactly this is. If there's any questions, I will answer them at the end. You can pop them in now, or to make sure that I'm going to see them at the end, just save them to the end so I can then get back to you. I'm not trying to ignore you on purpose, but I kind of am. But I really want to not make this a choppy video. I want to kind of explain what this is, and then I'll say hello and things like that. So after that page, I'm not going to go through every single page. There are dress styles then. And that is all of these dress styles. All of these styles explained separately. So it explains what they are. So say, for example, you know, you've got this sheet and you think, I think it's this dress, I'm not too sure, it could be either that one or that one. You can then go a bit further into the booklet and you can kind of try and figure out which one it is by the description. So for example, I don't know, let's go for A-line, which is the first one here, slightly fitted at the shoulders and then flares out from there like a capital A. So it kind of fits here and then sort of flares out from there. So if you're not too sure, you can read the descriptions of what I've put underneath every single one. I've done plenty of research. I'm not saying I am amazing and, you know, there is zero faults, because I can't promise that, because people's opinions change as well. Because I know it's not exactly an opinionated thing, but some people go, oh, I've always known it to be this or whatever. So I've tried to do as much research as possible, and I believe that all of these descriptions are as accurate as possible. So after all the dress styles, there's then different sleeve lengths. So strappy, sleeveless, short sleeve, 3/4 length and long sleeve. Again, these sort of things I would assume people would just know, but some people just don't. Some people just go, I can't remember which one that is. So again, visual representation of them and then descriptions underneath. Is that next? feel like I'm missing one. Before that one, there was dress lengths. So again, explains to you what each dress length means. This was a pain because they've added mid-calf into the item specifics. To me, mid-calf is obviously mid-calf, but midi was always mid-calf to me. It was kind of anywhere between the knee and the ankle. And it's now decided to put in mid-calf as well. So I had to do a lot more research on that and try and really figure out what's the difference between mid-calf and midi. So again, I explain that in here. We then move on to necklines, and again on necklines I give an overview sheet of all the different necklines, and then again further in it explains to you, shows you exactly what they look like. These pages again stuck together, all they look like, and then also all the descriptions underneath. And again, pain in the bum things here like a high neck, a mock neck, and a polar neck. They all look so similar, but they're different. So again, I feel like just the images of them, so if I was just to show you them three, just the images of them don't really help. You can kind of go, yeah, but it's so close, it's kind of one of them, you know, what are they, what do they mean? So that's why they will each have a write-up. And then finally then sleeve styles, again all different kinds of sleeve styles, and then after that it then goes through all the different sleeve styles and explains what they all are, how they look, and yeah, that is that really. So this is something that I've been working on for a little while. It's 17 pages long. It is on my Etsy. The link for that is in the description. It's on my Etsy at the moment for £6, and it will be that £6 for 2 weeks. And then if you knocked my table, if you don't get it within the 2 weeks, like that promotion will be over, and then it will go back to its full price of £9.99. Whilst this is, you know, on eBay, on Etsy and things like that, I will be creating the rest of them. I'm almost done with one of them again, but because of all these item specific changes, there's things that I need to add. So there will be like t-shirts, skirts, trousers, jumpers, all that sort of stuff. So there'll be a pack for every single kind of category on there. That also includes men's clothing, so it's not just whoever's messaging me whilst I'm live needs a punch in the face. Anyway, so there will be men's versions of these as well. I'm not saying these are for men or for women, but you know, these are women's categories, and then I will also be doing men's categories as well, because again, for me personally, I've only ever bought women's clothes, you know, and I know about them a little bit, but when it comes to men's clothes, I had to learn a lot when I was reselling, because I didn't know what the difference were between things. So again, having a visual representation of them will help me as much as I'm sure it will help you, I hope. So that is that really. On Etsy, there is also a patterns guide. This patterns guide is completely separate to this dress pack, because even though these patterns do apply to the dresses, they also apply to everything else in the clothing category. Some of them you'll find on some categories and some of them you won't find in them. So say, for example, I think houndstooth has been taken off. But it might be on some others, so I kind of kept it in because that's a pattern that, like, there's some patterns that have been taken off, like chevron, for example, that has been taken off. I did all that, had it all lovely, and it was fine, and then it got taken off, so I had to remove that because that is not repeated on any other item specific throughout the clothing category, but you could put that under geometric now instead. So just because chevron isn't there is another category that you probably could put it under, but there are some that just can't. So like, for example, houndstooth and ombre and things like that. But so there is a sheet on there, I think that's £2.40 for this sheet. So obviously this being £6 for 17 pages worth of stuff, I personally think that's a bit of a bargain, especially at the moment. I say then after 2 weeks it will then go back to its full, well, not back to its full price, it will go to full price, but it's more like an introductory offer and hoping some people will enjoy it. I do want to say thank you to Andrew at Money Mental. He purchased it earlier and he was very, very happy with it. So yeah, that is that really. Obviously, if there's any questions, please do let me know. I am going to wrap this up very, very shortly because I didn't want it to be a really long live stream at all. It's really just a quick explanation of what this is. So if there's any questions, please do pop them in the chat now. I'm sure I've covered everything. I've tried not to waffle too much, but I've tried to kind of put everything in. Hello to everyone who has turned up. I'm sorry I haven't said hello specifically, but I do appreciate everybody sort of joining in. I will read the chat back in a bit. So yeah, if there's any questions, please do let me know. And so they're in my Etsy store. When I've done another pack, so whether it's another tops or jumpers, or I might do tops and jumpers together. It depends on how they kind of look in the item specific. So because I've done some tops, but I haven't looked at jumpers and cardigans and stuff yet. So if they're similar enough in the item specifics, I might kind of do a pack of them together because they are very similar, like with the necklines and things like that. So if they are similar, then they will kind of be a pack together, so there won't be two separate packs that you've got to buy separately or whatever. So yeah, I hope that all makes sense. So again, if there's any questions, please pop them in the chat now. I will be going in 1 minute. That is your timer. I'm not on StreamYard, so the live chat is as live as it can be, I believe. Obviously with the slight delay, the fact that you can't hear me instantly as soon as I talk. But yeah, I really do appreciate you obviously all sticking over and sticking around. I do hope this becomes useful. Please do let me know if it is. Let me know. You can drop me a message on Instagram. You can obviously tag me in your story or whatever you want to do, and I shall reshare it in my story. Again, if you are not already on my Facebook group, my Facebook group link is in the description at the very, very bottom. So for those who have recently joined, if you want to sort of see how it looks, this free page will be, well, this page will be free to everyone in my Facebook group and available to everyone there. And then you can buy the packs then off eBay, off Etsy, not eBay. Whoa, there's so many words. And you're all wondering, how in the world does she teach kids? I don't know either. I had a PowerPoint on the board that I could look back at, but this is all just straight from my head. This was okay. So I'm going to quick scout through the chat to see if there's any questions. Yeah, I'll just see a few people saying about like Etsy and stuff. If you don't have an Etsy account, it's completely free to sign up to Etsy. You can just sign up. You can just you can be a guest. I think you can be a guest. I've only ever had an actual account because I've sold on Etsy previously as well. I think if someone can confirm, I think you can be a guest. You don't have to actually have a full account, I don't think. Or maybe you do, I don't know. But either way, it's really easy to set up an account. You literally just put in your email address and make a password, and then fill out, like, obviously your bank details and your address details to obviously have things sent to you when you purchase them. But obviously this is a digital download. You will not get a physical copy from the link that is in my description. Physical copies may become available eventually. I need to work out how much it's going to cost for me to print it and get it sent off and get it bound, because I really want to get it bound. I don't want to just staple it, because again, if there's any other extras that I want to send and add, so you can add to it, I want you to be able to obviously add to it and take sheets out if you need to, or whatever it might be. So if you want to take a certain sheet out, then you can obviously take it out and then sort of stick it on your wall and whatever. So that's why I don't want to staple it. I want it to be bound properly, rather than, so you know what I mean. I'm sure you know what I mean. Thank you so much to people who have just said that they've bought them. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I assume you're going out. Thank you very much. I am going out. I'm going out for dinner now. I haven't literally, I genuinely haven't just got dressed up for the stream. I don't think, all right, she's gone all out. No, I've literally just, I'm just about to go for dinner. So that's one of the reasons why it's a quick stream. And also I just want it to be a really quick, informative stream to people who want to know about this. So yeah, just drop me a message on Instagram if you've managed to buy it, and let me know any feedback that you've got. Any comments that you might have if you're watching this back, drop them in the comment section below. I'm always checking. So I'm happy to respond to any comments that you may have. So yeah, pop them in the chat. Pop them in the comments below, and I shall get back to you as soon as I can even. So yeah, thank you very much everybody for sticking around and watching. I appreciate Andrew and Ads earlier for sending me a super chat. Really do appreciate that. So yeah, my Facebook group is in the description, and the 2 links to the 2 items that I'm selling on Etsy are also in my description, and hopefully my description makes it clear for what it is. Thank you very much everybody for watching. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. Take care. Have a nice evening. Have a nice weekend if I don't see you before that. And yeah, I'll chat to you later. Thanks all. Goodbye.